You know what happens to a dog that chases cars and finally catches one?
It doesn't end well for the dog.
In this situation, if you get a word of marriage from the Lord, meaning the Lord reveals to you who your God-ordained spouse is, that's your wife, or this is your husband that I will for you to be with, the only thing that can keep that marriage from happening is if that person is either in rebellion or number two, they're already married in the spirit. That's not figurative. I used to think it was figurative until the Lord just told me, no, you literally are married already in the spirit, which means that you cannot marry your God-appointed spouse until you divorce that spirit.
Let's talk about Jason.
What about him?
You were married to him, weren't you?
For 8 hours.
Tired of being made fun of by you country fucks.
Skull, you sold us out! Something always goes wrong, something weird happens, like it's some kind of witchcraft, or the person just spazzes out on you. There's no real explanation for exactly what happened. And you would have to seek the Lord for why that even happened. And in my situation, it was due to the Jezebel spirit as a spirit spouse. The Lord revealed that to me, that both me and the man that God appointed to me had that spirit as a spirit spouse, and that spirit spouse destroyed the word of marriage. No, demons don't have the right necessarily, they don't necessarily have authority to do what they do and to destroy God-ordained unions, but they do have covenants with these people. So legally, they are their wife. They are their husband in the spirit. Whether that person knows that they have a spirit spouse or not, legally God recognizes it, and he just told me he does. So, some Christians, you can write that off and say, well, that doesn't count. It counts, okay? It counts. If it did not count, God would have never told those Israelites in the book of Ezra to leave and divorce those pagan wives because of the spiritual influence, okay, that they were going to taint themselves with. If God did not care, he wouldn't have you break covenants through deliverance, okay? He cares, and he just told me that if you have a spirit husband or a spirit wife, God and the devil recognize it as an actual marriage. You are already married, okay? Now, it is an illegal marriage in the sense that it is not God ordained. God does not count it, meaning that, yes, he will still appoint your God ordained spouse to you in the natural, who you are meant to be with, but you have to divorce yourself from this spirit in the spirit realm first. Spirit spouses only marry people to keep them from their destiny and their purpose and their ministry assignment, okay? So if you even have a spirit spouse to begin with, you need to break that crap off immediately.
When two empires declare war, neither side is innocent.
You're still a traitor, you worthless piece.
We were children, asked to fight an intergalactic war against an enemy we'd never met. Let's stop pretending our side stood on some moral high ground.
What do you want, Rocky?
Because that demon knows that once God sends you, they know that the God-ordained spouse isn't just because Christians want to be in love and it's a romantic lovey-dovey situation and, oh God, I want a husband, oh God, I want a wife, send me. No, when God sends a God-ordained spouse, he sends them on assignment, and he sends them for ministry to rip them from that spirit spouse. So those demons know exactly what God is doing, and that's why you'll find when God sends the God-ordained spouse to the person, everything goes crazy. Everything is just nothing but chaos. That spirit goes ballistic because demons know God is in the business of deliverance ministry, okay? When it comes to his babies, people who get converted to the faith through the gospel, whether it's a man or a woman, God, it is appointed for them to be delivered. And even though that person may not know anything about spiritual marriage or spirit spouses, them demons know. And God knows that that's the situation. Sometimes deliverance isn't just, oh, a spirit of rejection, oh, a spirit of lust, or oh, it's my generation. No, you married.
Which is why I'm sitting here and you're chained to a chair. Comfortable?
You were never really one of us.
Thank you.
Right. Now that brings me to my next point. what exactly is the marriage covenant that you have with this demon? Now, your marriage covenant could have been created, like I said, generationally, through your bloodline, which, like I said, you can still divorce it. You can do that. And once again, that's not always just done through renunciation of the mouth. Sometimes it takes action, and what it may be for you. I believe a lot of you watching this honestly probably have a spirit spouse. And if somebody told you that through deliverance ministry, I don't think you knew what it meant. You're married. Okay. Now, it could be generational in that sense. It could have been a soul tie, or some type of sexually immoral act that you have committed with somebody from your past. Sex. That's simple. Casual sex with somebody. Although it is true that we can develop multiple soul ties with people, for whatever reason, I don't know if you can have multiple spirit spouses, but there could be one person that you contracted, okay, the spirit spouse through. That's why I say you go into prayer. This is your responsibility as you are listening to this message. You have to go into prayer for yourself. And if you have to fast, then do it. It's fine. You can fast. I would advise you to, just to get a more clear, sharp word from the Father. And you need to ask Him, Lord, what is my marriage agreement? What exactly is the marriage covenant that I do have with this spirit spouse? And the Lord will show you exactly what it is.
You have a traitor in your midst, Aslan?
His offense was not against you.
Have you forgotten the laws upon which Narnia was built?
Do not cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
Then you'll remember well that every traitor belongs to me. His blood is my property.
Try and take him then.
Do you really think that mere force will deny me my right? Little king. As is tradition. You dare not refuse me.
Enough. I will talk with you alone.
So they're not just thinking, okay, well, I don't want them to marry their Christian wife that God is going to send them, or their Christian husband. No, they're thinking, I don't want to lose my territory. This person belongs to me. He was mine since he was a child, or she was mine since she was a child. When she got molested, or when he got raped, or when something like that happened, they've been mine. I'm not going to let them go anywhere. I won't dare let them walk into God's purpose or destiny for their life. Any man or woman that God sends to them, I'm going to destroy, and I will make sure that it never comes to pass. That's how this spirit spouse thinks, okay? So, the spirit spouse is married to you in the spirit, so how they carry out their marriage to you is through your family.
Why do you think they gave these powers to kids?
Because we were the only ones who could destroy Rita and her.
You are not that stupid! For fuck's sake! Pull your shit together and start thinking for yourself for once in your life!
Go fuck yourself.
Through your friendships. And it could be through the mother of your child or through the father of your child. Either one. Because spirits, a lot of different people in your life could be submitted to that spirit. You'll notice that when you have a spiritual marriage, the spirit will purposely yoke you with individuals who themselves are submitted to that same spirit, just so that it can keep you in bondage to itself through the relationships. That is why God tells you to break off that friendship, break off that relationship. I told y'all how the Lord revealed to me about Olivia, how Olivia was so tied to the Jezebel spirit. He kept showing me Olivia in my dreams. I'm like, why is he showing me? He said, because that's your covenant. That covenant that you have with that spirit. And the Lord has shown me. That's why I say to y'all, God is faithful, okay? So I've had to cut stuff off too. Y'all have witnessed me on my channel. I've thrown away makeup. I've thrown away earrings. I've thrown away perfume, fragrances. I've cut off relationships. So this has not been easy for me, but I can honestly say that it's more freeing, and I feel so much better when just being in obedience to God. So if you ask the Lord to reveal to you what your covenants are, because it could be more than one covenant, it could be more than one person, okay? It may not just be just one. It could be more than your child. It could be something else. It could be some friendships that you have, okay? So, If the Lord can do that for me and he can tell me what my covenants are, because I'll just ask him and he'll like shoot me a dream and he'll show me, like it'll be something connected to my past. He keeps showing me that. Or something I did with somebody, you know, when I was in the world. So he'll show me. So God is faithful. He'll show you what it is. And Olivia was one of those people.
Especially if I want to be wrong.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Think about it. Rita made Tommy to fight against us. And then he betrayed her, switched sides, Mommy tried to kill him. And he lost his power, gained it back, lost it again. Only see a fucking treaty signed? I'm bad. I'm glad I'm not his shrink. Say what you want about the machines, at least they're consistent.
What does this have to do with me?
Tommy's always been hung up on you.
And he told me Olivia represents a covenant that you have with that dark witchcraft spirit. And I kid you not, y'all, anytime Jezebel comes back to oppress me, I mean, even now, even recently, I always would get an email from Olivia. I haven't talked to this girl in a whole year. Every single time Jezebel tries to come back and get me back under, she uses every tool, everything that she previously had to have a hold on me that God already told me to put down. Brandy was obedient and she put it down, so it ain't working no more. But when Jezebel comes back around, she used the same old people, because that demon knows what people that it had you in bondage to through that contract. Demons know what your covenant is with them. That's why they're hoping that you go back to that woman. That's why they're hoping that you go back to that man. Or they're hoping that you go back to that friend, because that was her covenant with you. So if I can get Brandy back into covenant, you know, let's have, you know, Olivia send her an email. I deleted my email address. I have a new one now, but I kid y'all not. And you know, nothing against Olivia. She you know, she's in the world. She's not saved, but it just goes to show you how vulnerable people are to this spirit. Because if she can be used that easily to email me every single time, how would she know that, oh, Brandy's being oppressed right now, and you around to email me and ask me, do I want to go hang out or do I want to come spend time with you? And the emails they would get, they're just like, please come back. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Talk to me. You know, she never used to do stuff like that. And I see it for what it is now. You know, some people, they don't know that it's a spirit spouse working through people in their life. So they just keep yielding to it. Hey, let's go hang out today. Or, hey, let's start talking again. You know, something like that's a demon, okay? That's that spirit wife, that spirit husband wants to live out and keep its marriage and bondage over you to it through the covenants that it has in your life. So sometimes your covenant could be your friendships, okay? The covenant could be your child. Actual covenant. I mean, as if you were to get married in the natural and y'all signed up, you and your wife or your husband like signed a piece of paper, y'all are married. That is an actual covenant. So it can be people. The covenant could be the people. And I would always say that, you know, why does God keep putting Olivia in my dreams, you know? And he finally revealed to me what she meant as a symbol. Because I even let her read the dream one time. That just showed you how blinded I was. I was trying to get her to help me interpret it. And we was just all the way off, because he eventually revealed to me, no, she's a witchcraft spirit. Olivia is a covenant that you have with Jezebel, because you have a lot of different spirits, Brandy. It's not just Jezebel. It's a lot of different witchcraft spirits as well. So you gotta, that's why I used to make videos so y'all really oppressed. And I said, it's a whole clan of demons just like coming after me. And it is different spirits. It's not just Jezebel. It's several of them. So I cut Olivia off. I have not talked to Olivia in a whole year. That spirit spouse the Lord has shown me in dreams, she did not leave until that person chose to turn away from her. That's what the Lord showed me. If you divorce that spirit spouse and you make it clear to that spirit, I don't want anything to do with you, and you actually abandon the covenants and the contracts that have you in agreement, in a marriage agreement with the spirit in the first place, which the Holy Spirit will reveal to you what it is, the spirit will leave. It will leave. And you will be free to not only marry your God-ordained spouse that the Lord has sent you, you will be happy. He'll give you new children. It'll bless you, okay? Job went through the same thing. So that's why I say, people, it's already in the Bible. Before you even try to come and speak against the marriage, it's already in the Bible. It's in Ezra chapter 10. Abraham did it. And Job lost all his children. Job lost everything. And God gave him back double for what he had before. And he was even more happy than what he was before, okay? So God, he does tear, he does hurt, you know, but he wounds, but he binds up.
Who are you?
I'm Kimberly.
No. You're not. I helped she died. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who are you?
Kill. Stab. Drown. Sleep. Shoot. Don't you remember me, darling? The one who turned you into a ranger in the first place. I've killed them all. And now the world is ours.